equipped to deal with this. And already a lot of damage done to Mixwell. Mixwell wanting to get quite a few of these kills and wants to get some money for it. Nick goes down early. That's not what they were looking for at all. JDM able to tag up one as they go towards bench. But Elish is actually currently... he was smoked off, but luckily his incendiary gets the job done. So Stanislaw and Nap, last one's on the field, creating a 2-on-2, but they're not going to be able to close it out. But again, no rotation was pulled into effect, and a flag. So not a bad situation considering how expensive the last round was for the CTs. I'm not going to have to rebuy anything here. I imagine JDM's just going to stick with this UMP, one of the SMGs. It's very viable to do so. And Hiko, if we know one thing, he likes his shotguns, so... We'll see what we can get done with that Mag 7, but buy round coming in now, actually with only a Galil, but otherwise AKs across the board. And it looks like with these smokes heading towards middle, this should be... Okay, it's a bit of a fake towards Cat. They've got Tarek making a lot of noise, but I don't know how much he's actually going to commit to. Jumping into the window, Mixwell gets a pick towards A, so that's pretty huge here. The fact that Tarek is already inside of window, he should be able to cut off, although the lead finds the frag, and Tarek with the double kill. So excellent work getting up middle that quickly, now creates a 2-on-3.
Yeah, just OpTic playing at a much faster pace than what you normally see. They've been mixing this in a lot lately, usually more known for being kind of like a slower, more methodical mid-control team, but lately I've definitely seen them, you know, hit up these really rapid executes, and this one comes up big. This M4, but Rush give, so not sure he's really going to be able to do that. There you have it. No gun save. OpTic take their first round of the game. They're still pretty good a bit money, though, on Liquids. They should still be able to get a buy here, but that is OpTic showing us a little bit of life early.
But as we can see, it did not work out at all. OpTic able to punish them for that, so we'll see how that storyline continues. As not going to be anything crazy in this round for Liquid. They've got 3 towards A, 2 towards B on their eco round, so no huge stack. Nitro is pushing through Palace. Doesn't look like he's going to find anybody early on here. That is some information to play with. But OpTic just taking slowly towards middle, trying to find those areas where, obviously, your long-range rifles are going to do much better than the pistols. So, slowly coming up middle. Looks like they will work for a split towards B. Yep. And as we can see, that's honestly their best bet. You got Hiko alone with the USP. You're going to try and find something, but nada. We've got Pimp coming up from underpass, but again, trying to get any sort of damage in here is Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, they really can't expect too much from them here with just some pistols to work with, so OpTic should be able to take this one fairly easily as they knock over the last few Liquid members remaining. Trying to see if they can't get an excellent pick up a gun. JDM trying to sneak around, see if he can't do just that, but not going to pan out. So OpTic will tie this game up 3-all, starting to build up a little bit of economy for themselves. And I mean, so far they don't really look to be struggling too much from missing DAPs. I mean, they seem to be, you know, working pretty well.
Yeah, I almost think that this lineup with this 5 could be, not to say it would be better, but in terms of firepower, I feel like Stan is a little bit better than Daps in that regard. And if they take the playbook that maybe Daps has put into place again, it's not like Stan hasn't been a part of it. So they kind of all know their roles, and all of a sudden you've got a pretty good frag in 5. So looking pretty good to start things off as they take 3 after losing pistol round and the 2 thereafter, but back to the buy is Liquid.
Yeah, they're not going to have an op in play on JDM. He'll actually have an M4 in his hand, so it is going to limit them just a little bit on what they're able to do, as certainly they rely on JDM's op quite a lot. So we are going to see them open up the default here. Mixwell going out mid-solo with the AWP. Stanislaw, Rush, and Tarek all heading in the B apartments to underpass. So definitely looking to get that mid-control, but a little bit different approach. Normally you see more members top-middle, but they want to go for a little bit more heavier presence in the underpass, but JDM just waiting for them to step out. He has a good angle if they do, in fact, work themselves towards connector. He'll just be able to spot that cross, perhaps get a quick frag. As other than him, everyone else is kind of staying passive inside the sites, though. Nitro and Elise do have a little bit of a forward position on A-ramp. Looks like they are actually going to flash push and get the information that no one's there.
That is quite a bit of information. Naf is still inside of T-spawn, so might be some false confidence, actually, but Nitro will stick around. JDM with that first frag from the position you had highlighted. We'll see how the rest of the round pans out as a smoke towards window should allow some connector play. But NAF goes down to Nitro, now at 3-on-5. Remaining T's trying to make it up connector. JDM is inside of jungle here, and he's going to be able to take down one. Pimp chimes in, and so does Elige. So Liquid able to clean up their rifle round 4 left up, so that'll be good news for their economy. But OpTic, they built up quite a bank themselves.
And it's good reads from Liquid. I mean, when you have JDM just sitting inside window like that, watching, you know, pressure coming from their pass, and then you push A main, you don't see anything, you pretty much know, okay, this is probably some type of standard mid control, and that gives Nitro the confidence that I'm just going to get a 1v1 battle outside the A bomb site. He takes that, he takes down NAF, and then you just kind of see everything begin to unravel. So really well done there for Liquid, just, you know, being able to get the information and playing it very well, as now we are going to see OpTic Gaming having to see if they can't play themselves back into a tie. They are going to have the op in Mixwell's hands once more. He'll be playing A with NAF this time. They're going to have Tarek working underpass, Stanislaw and Rush playing top middle, smokes on window and catwalk, so pretty standard mid-controls type stuff here. Lee's trying to see if he can't peek around the edge of a smoke through connector and catch someone working up the catwalk, but not going to be the case, as OpTic are pretty slow about putting pressure on middle.
Definitely a slow round, as we'll see Stanislaw head back to collect the bomb. JDM with the first frag in the round, as Mixwell was trying to find a pick towards A ramp. So down a player. Is OpTic going to recover? As again, they're still very spread out. Tarek is trying to work B apartments at the moment. They've got the bomb towards middle. This rotation from NAF makes me think they might try and split up the catwalk if Tarek can find some sort of success here inside of B apartments. But Hiko, he's going to be playing behind a smoke at the moment. Drops an incendiary, so that's going to delay things even further. But here comes the catwalk pressure. We've got Pimp close. Hiko's going to play the bait and switch. JDM actually helps out from the opposite bomb site, and now it's only Tarek. He does drop 1, but 15 HP, or 16 HP rather, and not a lot of time to pick up this bomb. Elige is already inside of the site, and he is able to take him down. So Liquid finding 2 in a row, going to be able to find a little bit of bank themselves.
You can definitely see that OpTic was just kind of doing a little bit of passive map control across the board, as Tarek, you know, keeping his eyes on upper B apartments, a couple players top middle. They were really trying to see if they couldn't let Mixwell's op, you know, find something, find an opening. But when JDM shut him down, they had to, you know, audible into something else, went into a B split, just didn't work out. Good defense from Liquid, so they're going to be up 5-3. But OpTic still able to get a bye here, though. If they don't get this one, they're likely going to have to save in the next. And even in this round, Stanislaw a little bit limited there, just a Tech 9. They don't have that much utility, so it's going to be a lot on the aim battles here. And Elige has already taken one of them by eliminating Rush, but Mixwell has gotten the trade-off from Palace. The bomb was setting up over there, but now it begins to back off into Terra spawn. They'll give up that position and try to shift into another direction. Seems like they're heading back over towards these upper B apartments right now with the bomb. 3 players now, including Tarek, leading the way.
So maybe they saw something that they want to take advantage of in that last round. Towards this B bomb site, Hiko is just lurking around. He's actually going to jump up into that spot in the center of the site so he can actually spot into the window. Difficult shot to hit, but at the very least to gain some information on when players are crossing. And Pimp with an MP9 ladder. He's not going to be able to help out anytime soon, as we'll see Hiko take down the first. Stanislaw trying to find him on the right-hand side, but not going to be the case. Now off towards bench. Does drop Hiko. He's going to have Mixwell with him in just a moment, so taking the bomb site control. We've got a 2-on-2 Nitro, just tunnel vision on this cross from bench towards the bomb site. And he's got JDM with him as well, with that op in hand. We'll see Mixwell smoke the cross, so that should allow for a safe plant here, and Mixwell's going to put it down for the catwalk. We'll see what kind of post-plant they decide to utilize, as NAF, he's got to be very weary. He's got low hit points, needs to work a headshot angle. Mixwell is making sure no one comes up from the catwalk area, but as we can see, again, 2 players from market. JDM finds the first. Now only Mixwell on the field, and I don't think he spotted JDM hopping up into the window. Nitro exiting through the door. Needs to find some 1v1s here, as otherwise they're going to be able to capitalize on the 2-on-1, and Nitro does get it done. So that'll be the round. Team Liquid able to find their 6th.
Yeah, so Hiko doing a good job on the initial hole. I think Mixwell had a great timing on the Pimp to, you know, give them a chance in a 2v2 and get the bomb down, but just a great retake from JDM and Nitro. So they will take this 6-3, and even with the bomb plant, OpTic a little bit low on funds, so they will just kind of look to upgrade the pistols only really here. Maybe do some type of quick execute, see if they can't get another plant under their belts, but there should be another round for Liquid, unless they just get mowed over. These Tech 9s can, of course, be quite dangerous to deal with, as we are going to, in fact, see them lining up in a execute here. 4, just waiting outside the A ramp. NAF getting forward position here inside Palace. And we actually already see Elige begin to rotate over here with Nitro and JDM to hold A, and Pimp actually pushed Catwalk, so we'll be connected really quickly. So I have 4 members here to defend against this.
JDM finds one, Nitro follows it up, and Tarek finds himself in a lonely situation as Liquid able to clean up the round. And thought maybe if they could get into close range, utilize the Tech 9s like they're meant to be, could have found some success. But JDM hit a very nice shot in between flashbangs, headed his direction, and Nitro coming up as well. So Liquid finding a foothold here on their CT side. OpTic back on the bye, but only those 3 rounds in a row that we've seen for them thus far.
Yeah, as you noted, just they had that one little streak there in the middle of the half, but now we've seen Liquid win the last 4 in a row. They're going to get aggressive here, an underpass with Pimp, so he might be able to actually locate this bomb right away and get right behind him. They had no idea this could be massive right now if Pimp is able to make this flank work. And we are going to see him coming up here. Actually, Hiko's taking the battle. They still don't realize Pimp's flanking. Now he finally gets in there. He gets there, gets the bomb down.
And Elige is going to show up from market as well, so their attention is pulled back towards B apartments, and Elige is able to capitalize upon that Russian NAF. The last one's on the field. Resh on 4 hit points. NAF needs to lead the charge more or less, and he drops Elige, so now another 2-on-2 towards its B bomb site. But the positioning is difficult here for OpTic, considering you've got Pimp on the bomb, but he loses his teammates. So nice shot there from NAF and Pimp. How does he decide to play this? As, again, he was just on top of the bomb more or less, but it looks like he's going for some mind games.
Indeed he is, and you can't blame him for this. He's actually playing this pretty intelligently. He had such a great flanking maneuver, but unfortunately his team kind of crumbled there. NAF with 3 big kills. But Pimp, he still has a chance at this. They still haven't gotten the bomb yet. They still think maybe Pip's holding it. So he actually has been able to kind of deceive them on where, in fact, he is coming from. As more time passes, maybe they kind of catch on to this. And there it is. Rush was peeking it as he was heading over towards the market. So Pimp not able to quite find a way back into the round. And so OpTic, after a 4-round losing streak, will put another one on the board. So it's going to be 7-4, but Liquid plenty of funds to work with here. They should be right back into a full buy.
Crazy to think that Pimp with that timing towards apartments just a little quicker could have made the difference, but of course that's Counter-Strike for you. And see how OpTic decide to play this stand with only a Tech 9 in hand. They've got mixed well with that op, so headed towards middle. He's actually just jumping up on the boxes immediately, so taking a very aggressive look at things. Elige is helping up into ladder, so he's only presence toward middle at the moment for the CT side. Hiko is actually headed his direction as well, so maybe they'll try for something here, but otherwise Elige just playing that more or less counter window boost spot that we saw JDM in earlier, and Rush wins that battle. So looks like they've read that, again, there is usually a Liquid player up in that area. Hiko might be able to find Mixwell here on the catwalk, blindsides him, and that's going to be the AWP out of play.
Yeah, really well done there by Hiko. Just a great timing off the catwalk, take down Mixwell. So we are going to see OpTic actually shuffle now over towards that A-bomb site. NAF carrying the bomb. Stanislaw, though, gets through window room and going to be able to flank CT spawn. So they're going to get a massive pinch on this A-bomb site. Now, Nitro does have forward position on the ramp, so he might just be able to get NAF and Tarek down before Stanislaw is able to get into position. So it's all going to be about timing here.
Oh, Stan goes down to Hiko as he was rotating through, and then they're going to lose one of their T players towards ramp. NAF comes up with 2, though, and still with 100 HP, so another 2-on-2. Seems to be the way these rounds want to end. As we'll see, Pimp from the catwalk. It's a nice op shot, means Rush is in a 1v2. And he's got 20 seconds. The bomb's not in his possession, obviously. He's going to jump up towards Cat, but I think Pimp is aware to this. So he doesn't need to peek into it. Again, there's only 15 seconds, and Hiko is literally sitting on top of the bomb. So Rush is hoping that Pimp would get over aggressive, and he does put a lot of damage into him. But not the frag he was looking for. It looks like he will just have to save into the next round. So another one for Liquid.
Yeah, definitely big that Hiko was able to catch Stanislaw's flank before it really could set in, even though NAF put in a pretty good effort from ramp to give his team still a slight chance to take it. It just wasn't enough. So Liquid now up 8-4, and OpTic back to just one of these 4-spot situations. Yes, Rush holds on to the AK, but everyone else just having to work with Tech 9s. And again, it looks like we are going to see them head up towards the A-bomb site. They do put NAF solo at middle. So it's going to be a 1-4 split with Nitro and Elige. They're both going to push in the house. They're going to catch Stanislaw right away. Looks like the ramp push will try to set in to catch them falling back, but JDM waiting for them with the op delivers 2.
And it leaves only Naf towards mid, so he's going to come up from connector. I don't think they spotted him as he moves up into jungle, but he checks back towards connector as he tries to cross the stairs, and JDM puts him down. So, nice work pushing into Palace aggressively with 2 players. As, again, Mirage is one of those maps where it definitely helps if you can mix up the aggression in that fashion, whether it be mid-control or underpass pushes or even Palace, as we've been witnessing. But 9-4 OpTic, again, they had some early success, but 4 rounds, I don't know if that's going to cut it here on their T side.
Yeah, I definitely think they need to get a little bit more out of this because Liquid's Terra side can certainly be powerful. They have a lot of firepower, and they have their full 5. They got Peacemaker behind them, so you know they're going to be dangerous. We are going to see a flash here in the Palace, but yeah, here he's going to take him down.
So trying to make work there, but can't get it done. Pimp trying to survive, or actually, sorry, that's JDM, as Pimp is actually helping out from the catwalk. He's mixed up, but Mixwell has created a 1v2 for himself as he takes down Hiko, and he has tons of time to play around with as Pimp is going to peek into window, takes him down through the grate, and double digits for Team Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, there's only been a couple of moments here where OpTic have had any type of success. It's pretty much been a shutdown CT side by Liquid. Pimp's having a great game. We're talking about him in the pregame discussion. 16-7 right now. JDM Nalish also putting up some pretty good numbers, and I mean, no one's really struggling over there. Meanwhile, you look over at the OpTic side, most of their firepower is just not there. You know, Tarek and Mixwell, 2 big pieces to the team, particularly Mixwell, who's consistently been their star player, not really having the best of games at all.
See if some of the OpTic players can step up. I have witnessed a little bit of Tarek on OpTic thus far, and it looks like he has had a bit of a rough time, so we'll see if he can pick it up at all, as again,
yeah,
on 5 frags.
He's also taking up Daps' position. I see him playing solo B a lot, so this is not even what he normally does for OpTic. Normally he's part of the mid-control group, so I don't know if that's throwing him off a little bit, playing a position he would never play, because even on CLG he played outside A, so I've never seen him play these B apartments before.
Definitely could be the difference maker there. Stan, able to find Nitro in ladder room, so nice work, but again, Hiko, he's had some success backstabbing players after his teammates in ladder room or window go down. So 4 on 3. His Team Liquid is pretty spread out at the moment. Hiko is lurking back towards the A side. JDM from Ticket Booth takes down Mixwell with a nice headshot. He's going to try and hang on to A control, but with 40 seconds remaining, the grate in window is actually not broken. So that's a big deal. That means, well, one of the players is going to have to break it here. Pimp, he wants to come on through. Rush is waiting for him on the other side. So it's more or less up to JDM and Hiko to pull some attention so he can do so. But that's still going to be very difficult. As there it is. Rush, easy headshot for him. Hiko and JDM left. And again, from Ticket Booth, they're both trying to make it in here. They've got a smoke to work with, but I don't even think OpTic is going to allow for that to happen. JDM 1v2 takes down Naf with a swift shot. That's 3 for him now. It's Rush versus JDM. Rush trying to bait out a shot. He does give him his shoulder to look at, but doesn't take the shot. JDM peeks the corner, finds the quad kill, and that's going to be the round as Liquid find 11.
He
that was
just
so
got
close.
that diffuse off, man, oh man. And JDM with a big play. He'll actually take the top frag position for his team on the half due to that. 17 for him, but yeah, 16 for Pimp, 12 for Elise. So definitely, you know, that team full of players who are capable of putting up solid numbers, and that's what you love JDM for, man. Just so hot with the AWP. He's been kind of sitting
honestly
at the top.
one by one, and just he takes them all down. So OpTic, I think they probably could have played that post plan a little bit better, but credit to JDM for his performance can usually be quite a bit better, believe it or not. But moving forward, we've got Liquid with quite a bit of utility here. 2 players towards A. Hiko and JDM look to be faking. We've got 3 players off towards B. Oh, look at this though.
Right.
Naf and Tar getting aggressive down A ramp, so that doesn't look like they'll be able to use that at all. But maybe an audible being called as we've got Nitro and Elise heading up underpass.
Yeah, it's crazy because OpTic actually did just rotate Rush over. Look, no one's actually in B. They're playing retake B. Since while playing from market, Rush already drifting over towards CT spawn, so they might play right into the stack. In fact, they're just going to play in the middle into connector, and man, they might just get run through the blender.
Here we go. Coming up from A ramp and connector. We'll see how the timing plays out. Tard with the first. Nitro able to fire back, but OpTic seems to have a good hold here. Mixwell is on top of Ticket Booth. I think he had a a decent angle, but he will fall back passively as it is a 3-on-3. Bomb planted for connector. So Nitro's in an excellent post-plant position as so Pimp gets annihilated by Stanislaw. So it's now only Nitro and Hiko. Hiko from A ramp gonna try and pull as much attention as he can. Nitro finally shows himself. I think he gooshed Stanislaw, so 2 players remaining. And now just a 1v1. Very low is Mixwell. He does pick up a kit on his way over to Hiko. Looks like he's just going to jump on the bomb here. Hiko should be able to complete the round with just 1 bullet, and he does get it done. Liquid with the second pistol.
Yeah, so even though they kind of ran into a huge stack, they were able to get a couple of picks, get that bomb planted for connector, and it really forced OpTic to kind of push through into Liquid players and see if they can't take them down to allow them to defuse. But Hiko holding his ground well at the A ramp, closes out the round. So it will be 12-4. And this is getting real hard on OpTic now, right? I mean, you're already down 11-4. Now you've lost second half pistol. You have to just kind of save. You're basically conceding to Liquid, at least getting 13, 14 rounds before you can really buy. So this is kind of dire straits for OpTic at this point in this map.
Not a fun look for them at all, as we'll see more or less a mid-crunch. We got 2 on Cat, 2 in Connector. And then Stanislaw is inside of the A bomb site just with a single flash. So I imagine if they heard anything towards middle, they could call for this flash from Stan and again work that pinch. The downside is that I don't think that trap is ever going to be actually useful in this round anyhow, as we've got all the players towards B apartments. Very slow look from Team Liquid, although they are grouped up in B apartments, just crouching around, hoping that they could spot out a stack before they actually ran into the site, if it was there. As we can see, not the case, and now it's up to the OpTic players to try and find now a creative trap for the players in B, as they would like to gather some sort of weapon. Of course, we've got Mixwell up on the double stack on Catwalk. It's going to be dealt with right away, and the firing squad is out. Rush all alone. He's going to go down in similar fashion as to the rest of the team. So Liquid 3 away from closing out map 1.
Yeah, it's starting to look very reminiscent of EPL at this point. Like, Liquid just kind of tearing through OpTic right here on Mirage. And OpTic, of course, still having to save, so not able to get the guns out and play. So very likely that you'll see Liquid just take a 14th here. And at that point, OpTic basically will have one chance to kind of run the board to get back into striking distance. Otherwise, this one's going to end pretty early with Liquid the victors. We're going to see Naf and Rush pushing past, getting good information, but it may just not matter, as the defense is pretty light over here towards the B side. Elige already just run all the way up the catwalk. It's pretty much Tarek alone here. Stanislaw trying to flank Elige, but I don't know if it'll happen in time.
Tarek goes down, and the B bomb site is under control. Stanislaw showing up on the catwalk, and we do have Mixwell inside of Market. That's a nice shot onto Elige and puts him down, so that's not too bad at all, considering Nitro and Pimp are low hit points. Maybe. Okay, Nav puts down Pimp, long distance pistol headshot, and we've got a round on our hands here. But are they going to be able to actually get into the bomb site is the question. Mixwell takes down JDM, so kind of answers that question, but Nitro and Hiko fire back and create a 2-on-2. Without a kit, this makes it a little difficult for OpTic here. Mixwell looking for the jumper and actually puts Hiko onto 3 hit points. Hiko's got to play this so carefully. Does not have a Molotov or anything to get him off of the bomb, but he finds the headshot onto Mixwell. It's now only Nafly, and again, he's got to know how low Hiko is here, as the jumping headshot did come in, but Hiko playing this so smart, finds the headshot himself, and survives with 3 HP. What a round.
Just classic Hiko things, man. Just playing those clutch situations so well, knowing exactly when to peek, exactly when to stay hidden. He's going to come up with the round. Got a little bit scary there for a moment, because you did see, Elige getting caught reloading in an awkward time and he going down for free. There was also a player who planted the bomb at the site who got caught with a nade out. And so you were seeing OpTic kind of capitalize on a couple of these timings, but it doesn't matter. Hiko, the closer, comes in, and now it is 14-4. Now OpTic, this is kind of their last chance to make something happen. Mixwell will have the op in his hands. We do have Rush and Naf doing a little bit of a boost here inside middle, and Naf will pick up Elige. Definitely unorthodox stuff here from the OpTic Gaming squad, getting creative and making a play, but man, Pimp just comes in and says, yeah, all that work you just did? Yeah, never mind about that.
Yeah, he's like, that was cool. That was creative, guys. We'll put that into our playbook, but we're also going to take this round, so Pimp definitely spoils that creative play. Pretty cool stuff nonetheless, but we'll see how the rest of the round pans out. 3-on-3.
Yep. Just gave him the backhand,
Hey, he even, I think,
put a little bit of baby powder on it.
Yeah. Yeah, they basically are boosting inside of a smoke there in underpass, and again, Naf working a headshot angle where you can just see right down Cat, so definitely a nice boost. We'll see Liquid with 2 players off towards B. Hiko's still at A, so whether they're going to group up and work connector, I don't think that that's going to be the case. So Hiko probably going to pull some sort of attention. We'll see a smoke towards Catwalk from these players in B apartments. Flash goes over as well, so they're definitely not hiding the fact that they're over towards B. But Hiko, there we go, peeks out from A, and they expect that it was a fake, but it was actually a fake to kind of sell the fake. No, they're actually going to rotate towards A because Hiko.
Bro, you're losing your mind right now. I feel like Liquid just moving all over the place right now. I don't blame you. They have been a little bit indecisive, but now they finally put to the save bomb site, and it's not even going to matter, right? They're just going to win all the aim fights, and now they're at that point. They were dancing all over the place.
I think they would have went into B if Hiko didn't get all that control of A, because that looked pretty tricky from our point of view. But 15-4, Liquid now 1 away.
Yeah, Liquid pretty much steamrolling through at this point. 2 players in the high teens and Pimp at 20. So they've definitely been hitting the mark more times than not. As this could very well be the last round of this map, with OpTic not having much to work with. It's very likely that you see Liquid take this one 16-4, moving into Cobblestone, which will be our second map, as Pimp solo working the B apartments here in Underpass. Everyone else winning at top middle.
Teammate, that's Tarek up in B apartments. So now a bit of a defensive hold towards B. They're going to rotate Stanislaw over. Liquid still heavy mid presence here. Snap trying to work from connector. One of the players with, and well, the only one with an M4 in hand. Elysian Nitro about to peek his real estate. A lot of damage into Nitro, but the bait and switch. Full HP player to peek next. It looks like this should be the round unless Stan can come up with more. Not going to be the case. Only Mixwell left on the field, and he is rotating through T-spawn. So got to think Liquid's going to close this out. And again, what a dominant map number 1 it's been. 16-4. As that's going to be that. Hiko puts him away.
Yeah, only 1 round better than the match in EPL for OpTic against Liquid on this map.